Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning All, and it's an incredible honor to be here with the co-owner of Archangel Films, Angelique Fawcette. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me, all of you.
Nice to
You've
meet
got such
you.
a thank you.
And I love, that's my favorite color.
Oh, thank you. I like pink too.
Just pops.
Just, yeah, it makes you happy.
Absolutely. You know, we've been talking a lot about the Hollywood hustle and being able to celebrate that. You are one of the most hardworking women in Hollywood. She sent over her CV and it was pages. We're talking line producer, executive producer, owner of this film company, actress.
Thank you.
How are you doing it all?
Well, you know, I come from corporate America. I come from the defense industry, the finance industry, investigations industry, and I kind of fell into this. My husband asked me to produce his film, and that's basically what happened. And I just used every single skill that I've ever learned, especially from the defense industry, to produce this film. And you know, you have to know your job, and you have to know everybody else's job if you want to run a set effectively. And you want to get your actors in, you get your crew in, and you want everyone to feel respected and truly loved. You know, there are a lot of sets, you know, people are just a person. And on my set, it doesn't work that way. These are people, it's important to me.
So it hasn't always been this amazing thing. Tell us a little bit about when you were 11 years old. What happened then?
Yeah, when I was 11 years old, my family had broken up. I lived in Riverside, California, born in Santa Monica. My family had broken up, and I ended up living with my grandmother when my grandmother kicked my mother out, myself and my mother out on the street. And we lived in a car in Marina del Rey. And it was enough time for me to understand what homelessness really means, the deeper part of homelessness that a lot of us don't pay attention to or see. You know, people go down to downtown LA and there's all these, it's wonderful to see the city build up because there's all these beautiful restaurants.
Right.
But then you walk by people who don't even have toilet tissue. They don't have anything. You know, they don't have the general necessities that we need. And so my end goal, I love being a filmmaker, it's great being a producer, but my end goal is social impact and helping the homeless and helping people as a whole.
We have a huge, I mean, right now it's really getting publicized, just all of the homelessness in Los Angeles. It's an epidemic.
It can be fixed.
Amen.
I have a plan. It totally can be fixed.
Oh, maybe we can all collaborate on some of that for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
What's been the, you know, I know that in and of itself had been really incredibly challenging part of your journey.
Yeah.
What's been the most challenging part of the professional journey for you?
Oh, well, you know, it's being a female filmmaker. It's being a Black female filmmaker. First, there's 4%, you know, of women in a significant position behind the camera. Then there's about 4%. Then there's about 0.5% of minorities behind the camera. So what I've gotten a lot is, you know, you can't do it. I've had people, the name of my film is Unbelievable, with 5 exclamation points, by the way. 5! 5! And we have 42 Star Trek stars. Snoop Dogg is the lead, Michael Madsen, Gilbert Gottfried, Nichelle Nichols, Robert Davi, and my husband, Stephen L. Fawcett, wrote and produced it. But I had many people along the way to raising money who said, there's no way in the world you're gonna get even 2 Star Trek stars. Maybe 2 will work for you. We got 42, you know, but
That's
we just
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's the name of our film.
With 5 exclamation
5
points.
exclamation, don't forget the 5. So it's been, you know, that's a challenge, but you have to get past it. You know, you have to, you know, my experience just in life, I'm 48 years old, I've learned how to deal with the challenges of being a woman and being a minority and being thought less of. And you just come around and you think positive. You just go all the way around it. You have your thick skin, you handle it where it's at, and you keep moving.
Wow.
You know, and you keep spreading the positivity that you want to spread in life.
So important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like from homeless, literally experiencing that, to being a minority, to also being a minority in your field, to all, I mean, like, I'm like chills all over, but and it's so funny. Having said all that, I just want to know what you do to get that hair. Like, it's so
My hairdresser, she does.
It's a film in and of itself, right?
Yes. I just, it's great to be a producer because when I'm on set, I'm a unit production manager too. So I'm sweating. I've actually gotten investors because they've seen me sweating. They're like, "Oh, you don't look pretty all the time. You're sweating."
That impresses people. You actually work hard.
Yes, lift chairs, lift
Yes.
stuff, help people because it's my company, it's my job, and even if I'm working for someone else, I'm going to do the same thing. But you also have to care about your appearance and look good and look good for yourself. That's like one of the most important things. Like you ladies and gentlemen are so beautiful. It's nice. You feel good about yourself, and then when you go out in the world, you're positive. You express that, right?
Well, yeah, special thanks to Steph Audino for making me
That's
feel like my
right.
best self in this
So-
dress and those Badgley Musica shoes. I mean, let's.
So what would you say for the young woman out there that is wanting to, live her dreams? What other tips could you tell her here in Los Angeles and LA, getting into the entertainment industry? What would you tell her?
I would say, first of all, be wise, be aware. Me too, that whole movement. But I would say in everything you do, expect quality. Be quality yourself. Create quality. Everything you do, you should be striving for excellence. And I've said this before in interviews before. A lot of people think, well, excellence is, unattainable. It's not. It's excellence for yourself. What makes you feel good? That's how you do it. You really have to believe. Belief is not a cliche. It actually, you believe it and it's going to come to fruition.
Thank you for walking in that truth and just speaking that truth to us today. We're so incredibly honored to be part of your community, to be celebrating you and all you've done.
Well, I celebrate
Unbelievable,
you guys
with
too.
5 exclamation points. Tell everybody where they can find you and your film.
Okay, on Instagram, you can find us at Unbelievable MV. You can find me at Angelique Fawcette on Instagram, and you can also find us on Twitter at ADIF, Kinda, KINDA, TREK, and it's a sci-fi parody adventure.
Wow.
I love
the film
it.
is called Unbelievable.
I love
but
that.
I'm a believer.
I'm a
You have made me a believer.
It's such a faith-based thing. Like we're to the extent we have limiting beliefs is the extent that we feel, divided and non-prosperous, and to the extent that we expand our beliefs is the extent to which we live a life that is unbelievable.
With
Thank
5
you so much.
exclamation points. Thank you for being with us, Angelique.
It's wonderful being
We'll
with
be
you.
back with more on Good Morning LaLa, and stay tuned.